Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to look at Environmental Science Past Paper 1, Unit 1, 2020. All right, so let's get into it. Question number 1 says, which of the following interactions best describe an ecosystem? Now the answer is C. So here it says the community members' interactions with each other and the physical environment. Of course, guys, we know that an ecosystem describes abiotic factors relating with biotic factors. So in other words, living things interacting with non-living things. Those are the two main aspects of the ecosystem. All right. Question number 2 says, a species with a narrow niche is called a specialist. Yeah. So your answer here is A. And of course, the generalist is like C, right? So the answer is A, meaning those organisms, they need specific conditions to survive, and without those, they will die. The generalist, like the cockroach, can live anywhere and in any condition. All right. All right. Let's move on. All right. So item 3 refers to the following diagram, which represents a simple model of the nitrogen cycle. All right. So as you know, guys, with the nitrogen cycle, nitrogen is needed by plants to make protein mainly. And of course, for the plants to absorb nitrogen, it has to be in the form of a solid, which we call nitrates. All right. Plants don't absorb the nitrogen gas as it is. Anyways, it says here for number 3, the process occurring at 1 is. So here's 1. And of course, the answer is nitrification, which is from nitrites to nitrates here. From here to here would be ammonification, which is from ammonia and ammonium to nitrites would be ammonification, right? And from here, so 4 would be the nitrogen fixation, and denitrification would be 2, from nitrates to back to nitrogen gas. Number 4 says ectoparasites. Of course, they live on the outer surface of the host. So for example, ticks and lice, mites living on the skin of or rabbits or goats and dogs. All right. Of course, you have endoparasite, which is the opposite, which means living in the organs of the organisms. All right. So 5 here now says the community formed by lichens and mosses, which inhabits an exposed rock surface, is described as. Of course, these are pioneer species, meaning these species were the first to start life on the rock or a bare piece of land that has never had life before. All right, so the first species would be a pioneer species. All right, number 6. Which of the following which of the following terms best describes the interaction between two different species for the same resources within an ecosystem? The answer is C, interspecific. Of course, guys, if the species were the same, that would be intraspecific. All right, number 7. Carbon sinks are areas that usually absorb carbon dioxide. Which of the following areas are carbon sinks? 1, coral reef. 2, oceans. 3, forested areas. Of course, it would be D. The answer would be D, all 3 of them. All right. Number 8. In item 8 refers to the following diagram of a simplified food chain. Of course, it says here we have 100 unit of energy, 10 unit of energy, and 1 unit of energy here for grass, goat, and man respectively. All right. Now it says what percentage of energy from the grass is available to man? Of course, the answer is 1. Of course, guys, if you remember, only 10% of the energy will be transferred to the next level, trophic level. So if we started out here with 100% or 100 units of energy, of course only 10 units will be 10% of this 100 would be transferred to the goat. And then what we get here, they have 10 here, so it would mean 10% of this 10 would transported to the next to the man. All right, guys. So we could work out a little much here to show you. So for example, 10% of 100. So 10 over 100, right, times 100. So this 100 would cancel it to give you 1. And this it would cancel this 100 to give you 1. 10 times 1 is 10. So that's how they get the 10 right here. Now, that's how they get the 10 right here. All right. In order now to get the 1, you find 10% of the 10 unit here. And what they'll get is 1. All they have to do is 10% of 10 times 100. And that will give you 1. So, of course, that's how they get the answer to be 1. All right. Question 9. Question 9. The total number of species in a given ecosystem is called species richness. All right. Now, there's a close difference between abundance and richness. All right. Abundance would mean the amount of individuals, total number of individuals within a species, or within all the species together. However, species richness is the number of species that are found in the ecosystem. So the abundance is more detailed than the richness. All right. Let's move to 10. Predation can be of the benefit to the prey because it 1. Limits the population growth due to environmental resistance. 2. Selectively remove the weak, very old, and very young from the prey population. 3. Helps to control the prey population. Of course, all three of them would be the answer, which is D. Of course, guys, help to control the prey population. Of course, what that means, if the prey increase in number, what will happen is that the prey will find the predators will normally find the prey once they reproduce a lot and start to go have a lot of offspring. The predators will find them, killing a number of them, and then that would reduce the population. So of course that would be controlling their population, right? And 1 here, it is similar to 1, limits the population growth due to environmental resistance. So 1 and 3 is actually the same thing. So the answer is D. All right, number 11 refers to the following pyramid of numbers. All right. Of course, you know that here is the plants are primary producer. Then you have primary consumer, secondary consumer, and then tertiary consumer. So 11 here, guys, says the percentage of primary consumer in the ecosystem is, of course, that would be 19.05%. Of course, you would add up all of these here, and then the 60 here, you find the percentage of the 60. So of course, 140 plus 60 plus 90 plus 25, that would equal to 315, right? So it would be 60 over 315, right, times 100. All right, after I cancel these out now, guys, you should get 19.05. All right, let's proceed. All right, it says item 12 refers to the following graph, which shows the variation of population size with time for a population. All right, so looking at this graph, guys, this is the carrying capacity graph, right? Of course, here would be the carrying capacity level, right? Here we have population size, and over here, of course, down on this axis we have time. So of course, it says now the period from A to B is known as the exponential phase, right? Or the log phase, which is LOG. So exponential or log phase, guys, mean the phase in which the population is growing, right? So this is the phase in which it is growing over a period of time. It's increasing. Now, the J curve, this is showing you that the growth is very rapid. The straighter, the more vertical the curve gets, meaning the population size of the individuals are growing rapidly. All right, anyways, this is also showing you that it is also growing as well. But this line is just faster. But the whole shaded area here is the exponential or growth phase. All right. So A would be the log phase, which means the population is about to start growing right here. All right, 13. All right, 13 says, item 13 refers to the following results which were obtained by a student investigating the density and distribution of three species of plants A, B, and C in a grassy field using a 1 meter square quadrant. All right. So of course, guys, they threw the quadrant 10 times, and these are the number of plants they get for each plant species. All right. It says the mean density in plant meter square of species A in the field is. All right. So the answer there would be 2.6. So they were speaking about species A. So of course, what they'll do here, guys, is to add up all of species A and then divide by 10. So let's do that quickly. That's 9. 9 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5. That's 26. And so you get 26 divided by 10. 26 divided by 10. Of course, that would be 2.6. All right, so let's move on. Number 14, guys, it says item 14 refers to the following table which contains data obtained during the sampling of a playing field. All right, so this is a table here. Savanna grass 20, Bermuda grass 15, nut grass 12. All right, so this is part of the formula here. These are the number of plants that were collected. All right, so they're asking you now to find out the species diversity index for the field. So you're supposed to calculate using the formula. Of course, guys, species diversity formula, that's going to be what? N bracket N minus 1 divided by N bracket, the sum of, it should be the sum of, right? N minus 1. And this would be, so species, that's the formula, guys. However, they are using it the opposite way. They are using this part at the top. So you'll get a different answer. But if you do it their way, you'll get this. You just put this part at the top. All right, further of guys, you have to calculate X. And of course, the capital N here, number of species here, the abundance. That's it right there. All right. So 20 plus 15 plus 12, that would be 35, 40, 20, 35, 47, right? So the abundance there would be 47. So this N right here would be 47. All right. And of course, X, to find X now, guys, you would use this part of the formula to find X. So it would be 15 minus 1 times 15. So 15 minus 1, close the bracket, and times 15. All right, so let's calculate X. So it's 15 times 14. That would give you 210 for here. So X would be 210, right? And of course, guys, so this part of the formula, after you work out everything, you just, after you work out the 210, all you need to do is to know add 380, 210, and 132, right? So when you add all of those, you should get 380 plus 132, 700, 722. So this part of the formula down here should be 722. And the top part would be 46 times 47. So that would be 46 times 47. That would be 2,162. All right, guys. However, as I was saying now, how they use the diagram, the formula, they did it the opposite way. But this is how I would do it. But their way, they would put what they did is to flip the formula. So they would put the 2,162 as a denominator, right? They put this part down here and this part up here, right? All right, so you divide 722 by 2,162, and that's how you get the answer. So it is 722 divided by 2,162, and you get 0.33. All right, so that's how you get the answer here. All right, let's move to 15, guys. All right, question 15, guys. It says item 15 refers to the following diagram. As you can see there, it said the method of capturing mobile organism above is called a Tolgren funnel. All right, guys. So if you have this form of you call this sampling method. This is how you sample our population for organisms. All right, but this method these organisms are found in the soil. So you set up this trap in the soil, and it's a way of catching the organisms, the animals. All right. Number 16 said the age structure of a population is defined as, and the answer is D, the proportion of individuals in each of the different age classes. Number 17, although flooding of a river is potentially dangerous to humans, it is equally beneficial because it, and the answer is B, replenish nutrients level in flood plains. All right, washes away garbage downstream. That wouldn't be a good answer. C, provide a supply of water for domestic purposes. If the river is flooding, it won't provide domestic purpose. If it is a flood, if it is a flood, all right. And D, it provides an abundant supply of water for irrigation. If it is flooding, all that water will be just washing away the that. All right. So the most suitable answer is B. All right. Number 18, ecological processes are important to human beings because they, the answer is C, recycle natural resources, making them constantly available to human beings. All right. 19. Which of the following statements best express the goal of sustainable development? Of course, guys, the answer would be A, to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Number 20. The major reason why many early settlements were located near river is because they provided A, water for irrigation. 21. Access to which of the following is used as an indicator of poverty? 1. Education, 2. Healthcare, and 3. Food, housing, and water. All right, all three are used. All right. So these would be the basic needs, right? Number 3 would be the basic needs. 22. If the annual growth rate of country X is 2%, then the double time in years for country X is, and the answer is 35. So of course you use the rule of 70 formula. So in that method you would have 70 divided by the growth rate, which is 2, not the percent part, that's the 2. So 2 into 70 would give you 35. All right, 23. 23, the gross national product per capita of a country differs from the country's GDP per capita because, and the answer is C, GNP includes both domestic and foreign output. 24. Which of the following are abiotic factors that affect the distribution of populations? All right. 1. Temperature. 2. Animals and plants. And 3. Fertile soils. Of course, guys, this is a biotic, not an abiotic. So, of course, the answer is B, 1 and 3. 25. The total fertility rate can be used to, and C, the answer would be C, predict possible trends in population structure. Of course, fertility rate is referring to birth rates, all the births that happen. Children, it focuses on the children that are born, and of course, that would influence population size. All right, 26. Item 26 refers to the following histogram, which shows age structure expressed as percentage of population for country Z. All right, guys, so it says approximately what percentage of the population in country Z is under age 15, and the answer is 24. So of course, guys, if you're working out percentage, then of course the population size from here, so over here are males, you have to know the amount, the population size, you have to actually know the figures, right? So after you have to use here to find out the total population. So the answer would be to find out the amount of individuals that are less than 15 in age times 100. So the amount less than 15 over the total population size times 100. Now after you, if you look here, you can calculate. So that would be 4. Right? So if you read off here, you see that that's 4. This one here is about 4 as well. Right? This one is about 3.6. This one is about 5, 2.5. So you have to see, guys, you have to go and you have to take your time and do this thing. 2. All right, so that would be for the males. Of course, you add up all the males and you get 47.6. You add up all of them. 47.6. That's overall for the males. Of course, you have to go now. I have to do the females. Yes, guys. So here, you're going to get 3.9. When you read them off, you should get that. That's what I got. When you read them off, guys, that's what you should get. That's what I got. 3.9. It should be 1. Yes, guys. Of course, you get the total. Now you go up and you will add everything here. Over there for the females, you add everything. You should get 46.5. All right. Now to get the total population, of course, guys, you're going to add the 47.6 and the 46.5, and of course, you'll get 94.1. So that's the total population size, 94.1. Of course, for you now, for those the age below 14 for both male and female, of course, you would add these three here, and you should get so it's 4 and 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11.6. Oh, so you should get 11.6. And of course, you're going to add that to what you're going to get over here. You're supposed to add these three here, and you should get 11.3, right? So you're going to add that to get 11.3. So this now, so when you add that, you should get 22.9. And of course, you're going to divide that by the 94, which is the total population. Of course, times 100. And of course, guys, that should give you the 24. All right, it's long, but you have to just know how to do it, guys. All right, once you know how to do it, it won't take so long. The total fertility rate can be used to, of course, this is speaking about the birth rates. All right, predict possible trends in population structure. That's the best answer. Item 27 to 28 refers to the following pie chart, which shows contraceptive methods used in Africa. All right, so that's a pie chart there. 27. Female sterilization, condoms, and the pills are methods of. The answer is D. All right, these are direct population control. All right, these methods cut down population size directly. If it was indirect, which is opposite, the government would try to maybe sponsor females so they can start their own business. And you know, once they have business, that will help them now not to have children. All right, but that method is not a direct method of control. All right, so the answer is D. 28. Which of the following is a likely consequence of the birth control pattern illustrated in pie chart? The pie chart. The answer is A. High birth rates. High birth rates. If you look here, guys, it said this part here shows that no contraceptive was used. So of course, you'll have more children being born, more pregnancy. All right. 29. Item 29 refers to the following graph, which shows the different stages related to the birth and death rates for a typical human population over time. So here they put the birth rate and death rate here, and you know that's per 1,000. That's the unit. And this is over time. This axis is speaking about time. All right, it says, at which stage does the rate of population growth begins to slow down? And of course, that would be C, beginning of stage 3, which is here. Item 30 refers to the following graph, which shows population double time for selected countries. So over here they have the selected times, and over here they have the countries. It says, which of the following statement based on the graph is correct? Of course, that's A. You just have to read them off, guys. 31. The search for new pharmaceutical products from natural sources such as plants, microorganisms, and animals is called, and of course, that is bioprospecting. 32. Which of the following processes contribute to protection of rare, threatened, or endangered species? And the best answer is the in situ conservation. 33. An example of consumptive use of a forest is, of course, that would be logging. Of course, once the plants are cut and used, they are used up. You don't have those plants anymore. They are gone. They are used up in the process. So that's consumptive, right? 34. Natural resources are best defined as, of course, C, material and energy that are that are found in the environment. Good. 35. Which of the following economic instruments describe the money obtained for returning a soda bottle? All right, that would be an incentive. The BMS, once they are paying them to turn the bottles in, the money, which is the incentive, will motivate them to bring in more bottles. All right. 36. Which of the following situations is most likely to occur in a forested region that has recently been cleared by cutting? So you cut down the forestry. Of course, guys, the best answer would be D. The concentration of nutrients in streams running through the river region will increase. Of course, you'll have leaching of nutrients. All right, that's why. 37. The West Indian manatee is an endangered species. Some fishermen hunt the manatee and sell its meat to supplement their income. What is the best argument to use to convince the fishermen to stop this practice? Of course, guys, the answer is C. Fishermen could charge tourists to guide them to see manatee. Of course, remember, if they kill the manatee, guys, that would be a consumptive measure. Now, that is not environmentally friendly, all right? So, in speaking with the fishermen, instead of killing them, and they are endangered. So, they are endangered, right? So, the best thing they could do is to use them and for ecotourism. Persons could pay to use them. The manatee are not used up in the process. That is more environmentally friendly. Species diversity is protected, and that's would be good. 38. Which of the following are reasons for resources conservation? 1. Aesthetic value. 2. Ethical concern. 3. Integrated development planning. The best answer would be 1 and 2 only. 39. Item 39 refers to the following functions of the forest. 1. To assist in cloud formation and hence precipitation. 2. To provide timber for building of houses. And 3. To provide a habitat for wildlife. My best answer, guys, is 3. 1, 2, and 3. That's my best answer. All three forests helping all three of them to some extent. So even for now, guys, if you notice, for climate change, to prevent climate change, there were some even sponsorship for forest conservation because it's environmentally friendly. It keeps climate constant. All right, it keeps the original climate intact. It prevents climate change. So the forests, the government tried to promote forestry. Right. All right, 40. Items 40 refers to the following diagram, which shows a wetland ecosystem. The vegetation labeled 2, which is here, is most likely. The answer is B, seagrass. 41. Which of the rules of zoo is to conserve endangered species by captive breeding? It is hoped that offspring from such programs will be reintroduced into the wild. This is an example of ex situ conservation. All right, guys. So to put these animals in the zoo, these animals were removed from their natural habitat. So removing the animals from their natural habitat and put them in a man-made habitat. That's ex situ. In situ, on the other hand, you conserve them in their natural habitat. You don't remove them from their natural habitat. All right. 42. Which of the following international agreements aims to protect the wetlands by considering all aspects of wetland conservation? That would be A, Ramsar Convention. And 43. A country wants to construct a new airport Before this is done, detailed research is undertaken to assess the likely environmental effect of this project. Which of the following natural resources management tool best describes this approach? That would be the environmental impact assessment. All right, guys. So the environmental impact assessment has to normally first be done before a project is get consent to be established. All right. So here they will find out if there are going to be environmental problems. They will outline them and outline solution or stop the business from establish or prevent it from establish. All right. He says in figure 44 to 45 refers to the following graph, which shows the production of marine fish in a Caribbean country over the period 1950 to 2000. Which of the following statement about the annual marine fish production is correct? Of course, guys, the answer is D. For the period 1980 to 2000, the marine fish production declined at an average rate of 200 tons annually. Of course, you just read off and then divide by 10, and you're going to get 200. And 45, and last it says the most significant change in fish production occurred over the period, and that would be 1950 to 1960. So 1950 to 1960, you have a drastic increase, which is a positive impact result. Sorry, result. All right, guys. So see you in another video. Please remember, if you want more like this, to subscribe, and also, guys, remember to share with a friend and tell them to share with another friend. Thank you. Peace out.